I was on my way to my other job at Skyline Caverns. I looked over and I saw the top of the antenna, and I thought, what's a radio station look like? So I went driving in, and lo and behold, the back door was wide open. I was like, how inviting is that? And I walked inside, and I was looking around, and I was there at the engineer's desk. There was all kinds of dials and switches and stuff, and it was like, this is so cool. And I picked up probably the biggest tube I've ever seen. And my dad's a TV repairman, so I've seen a lot of tubes, but this was huge. And I picked it up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And this little old man peeks around the turn. His name was Charlie Britt. And I'm looking at him through the tube, and I'm like, oh. And he goes, can I help you? And I said, I'm here to apply for a job. I'm here to apply for a job. And he goes, as what? And I said, what else do you do at a radio station? I'm thinking in my head. And I said, as a DJ. Well, the guy who hires DJs isn't here till after 5. Come back after 5. And I'm just stepping out the building, wiping my brow, going, yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And I walked out, and next thing I heard the door slam behind me. And I, for some reason, went back at 5, and it's been radio ever since.
Scott Bradley has been a staple on the airwaves for more than 4 decades, often working multiple jobs at a time. He's been a feature on radio stations in Manassas, Alexandria, and Winchester, where he now resides on 99.3 The Fox.
I've been fired from every station I've ever worked at, so I just wait out the management. There's always new owners, and you come knocking on the door and say, hey, I got a little experience, and next thing you know, you're working full time.
A lot has changed in radio over the years, but Bradley said he's able to enjoy the profession as much as he always has.
Keeping up with the technology is part of what helps keep me here, because I love the advancements that are being made, where we used to have the patch panels, and we would switch for programming, and you'd get the crystal, and you'd have to change the crystal and all that kind of stuff. Now it's just change the macro, and boom, you're in. It's amazing.
Radio is an often unstable profession with a high turnover rate, but Bradley has many stories of meeting rock stars, going to concerts, and hosting interesting shows. He said he often reminisces about his experiences.
I'll never forget knocking on the door at LCC in Luray. It's right across from Luray Caverns. And I bang on the door, and there's John Natalie, actually, who is the program director. And I said, yeah, I got a little experience in radio. Are you guys looking for any help? Can you work Saturday? And I'm like, this Saturday? And he's like, yeah. And I said, sure. And I walked inside. I sat down Saturday evening, and I went on the air, and he called me up at after an hour on the air, and he goes, what are you doing for the rest of your life, 6 to midnight every day? And I was like, possibly working here, I don't know. And he goes, well, can you start Monday? And I'm like, okay. And the next thing I knew, I was working 6 to midnight every night.